Hello everybody, Berkshire Mike. 6 months ago I won a contest and I didn't know. Eventually, a week ago, I got the prize money off Jakeem at MiddleLifeCrisisRants, and I said I would buy some punk with it, and here you go. This is what I bought. Great LP this. It's Opcio K-95 Spanish punks, and Renee, I don't know how you pronounce it, and it means reborn. This is the 4th album, and on the strength of this I'm going to have to get the other 3. Fantastic. I can't understand a word of it because it's all in Spanish, but you don't have to understand the lyric to enjoy the music and enjoy the beat and the sentiment behind it. But this is fantastic. Excellent. Recommend it to anybody, especially if you're a Spanish speaker. There's the inner with a lyric. I mean, it's got lyrics in English as well, so I can read what's going on, but obviously I don't know the actual lyric, but it's great. That's the labels, and it's black vinyl for a change. Excellent album. Excellent album, really is. So thank you for that, Jakeem. And second, but not last, or least, or whatever, Oxblood. New York City Boot Stomps, 1993 to 2009. Great album, great band. It's got all the hits on it. Hits, they never really had any hits, but you know, all the singles on it. But they're fantastic. Red vinyl. There's the lads. There's the records. Fantastic Under the Boot EP they had out. I interviewed Oxblood, postal interview, back in '93 for me fanzine, Trug in the Dock, and I sent the questions to Frank, who was the one that dressed up in the Drug uniform on stage. Unfortunately, Paul answered. It would have, it would have worked better with Frank because he was the one I was directing most of the questions to. But it's still a great interview, and I'll read it out to you. Fans take note, Oxblood demo is no longer available, but there's a 7-inch out called Under the Boot on Headache Records. It's really good, get it. $5 from Paul, and it's got his address. I have just carried out this long-range postal interview, read it and weep. The band consists of Paul, bass, 21, Mac, guitar, 21, Harry, drums, 21, Frank, vocals, 23. I've said, cheers Paul for answering. Oxblood is a great name. Is it the only one you've had? Oxblood is a great name. In the beginning, we were thinking of calling ourselves the Allies. I like the cross-legged logo. Who thought it up? Harry thought of it, using it instead of the X. Paul thought up the name. Do you have any covers in your set? Yes, we do several from time to time, like On the Streets by the Foreskins, Barry Prudhomme and Rapist by Combat 84, Gang Warfare, The Ejected, and Violent Society by The Oppressed, and Employers Blacklist from The Business. What was your first gig like? Because I knew they were just starting a gig. It was very good because we got a great response. There were a lot of people that showed up. Have you played outside the USA? No, but we would like to. Is the New York City oi scene lively, or do you have to travel to play or see gigs? New York City scene is very lively. We don't have to travel much anywhere else. Don't have to travel much anywhere else because we have bands around like Broken Heroes, the Templars, the Wretched Ones, Nemblick Membrane, and more. Who would you go out your way to see? Criminal Class, Condemned 84, The Ejected, etc., etc. Headache Records apart, has there been any other label interest? Yes, like SPE for a compilation and Wretch for a compilation in the UK. What do you think of the current crop scenes? They are very good because it gives bands a lot of exposure, and that's a good way for our name to be around. Good ones like Under Siege, United Front, Fiesta Fanzine, and Bronco Bullfrog. What is the worst place you've ever been and why? New York City Academy, New York. We drove an hour to get there, and then they told us we couldn't play because of no ID. So we did what we do best, put them under the boot. Who do you consider the ugly bastard in the group? Frank, because of his toucan nose. Your favourite drinks are Mad Dog 2020, Guinness, Brass Monkey, Long Island Iced Teas, and Kamikazes. Describe the ugliest bird you've shagged. Your mother and your sister. What first attracted you to the imagery of A Clockwork Orange? Only Frank is down with that pose. The violence, the sex, and the myth behind the book and the movie. See, it would have been better if Frank had answered these. Is the Clockwork Legion your only Clockwork song? Yes, Frank really wanted to sing about the legendary movie. Any chance of the lyric or part of them? Yes, here they are. Fortunately, they weren't. We now know them, but I'm not going to read them out. It's pointless. The Addicts and Major Accident are bands which rely on the Clockwork image. Have they influenced you at all? It has Frank. Major Accident, for instance, musically. Nothing against, but none of us ever liked the Addicts. Their style is meaningless to us. We will carry on with Oxblood or New York City style. Frank, most people have read the book or seen the film. What made you go beyond that and wear the image? Frank, as we have said before, has been brainwashed by the movie and then the book. I don't think that we'll ever deprogram him. Frank dresses as a drug every time we play on stage. Finally, anything else you'd like to add? You asked too many questions. Are you a Scotland Yard agent? Anyway, regardless of all inquiries, we really enjoyed the interview. Thanks. And thank you too. Thank you too. Buy their records. Obviously, crappy little fanzine, crappy little interview. Would have been better if Frank had answered because that's who I was aiming it at, because it was a Clockwork Orange fanzine and he is into the drug imagery, or he was. And he is not wearing his Clockwork Orange imagery at all, but he is on that cover, see. But hey, here, great band. Nice of them to answer me questions. There you go. If more than 50 people watch this, then it's had more exposure than it ever got when it was a fanzine. Well, thank you very much again, Jakeem. That's what I bought with your money. I said I would buy punk and great albums, and I will enjoy listening to them. Thanks very much, my friend. Good luck with the contest that's on at the moment, and all the best for the future. Thanks for watching, everybody.